All right, this week. First of all, Kieran Lagabiru, Adam.
And a Kieran Lagabeer to you,
Why
Paul.
do I not lead with that?
Of
Should always lead
course.
with a good Kieran Lagabiru. Or maybe there's another catchphrase we can come up with at some point.
Oh, God.
You
What?
okay, miss?
I'm fine, thanks. My horse. Thanks a lot.
Honda, legend. Honda Coolio.
Adam, a Honda Coolio to you.
A Honda Coolio to you, Paul.
This week we have The Invitation. Did I even bring up a picture for that? I don't know what the heck I've got on it here. No, I don't. So anyway, the point is now we.
Here, I've got a...
Lord Faber of Atlantis is the prince of the deep.
Ooh, looks good.
You have to start. Now you have to worry about being killed by a personalized envelope with nice font. Thanks, horror movies. They've covered everything now.
Also, My Donkey, My Lover, and I. That's right. Title that tells us we're in for one of the weirdest Shrek movies yet.
Oh, now I really see what's going on here.
And more.
It's Monday Movie Nonsense.
Yeah.
That's right. Adam's been busy with a big editing project, so we still have the same opening for a couple
Well,
weeks.
yeah.
No big thing.
That was the... I figured if I had any time at all to devote to the show, I'd try and pull the trailers, which we will be able to talk about, thanks to my very last second efforts. But Paul, I can't play a lot of it, but the show I'm preparing for this Wednesday, I did pull a drop to represent the show, and it is... That's right.
Nice.
Black movie soundtrack.
Now that'll be
That's
at the Hollywood Bowl, and when we hear that
Literally
music,
all I could show you. I probably can't even show you that.
but it'll be live, the music, right when we go to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Yeah,
the thing. The opening montage, you've seen the show before, Paul. The opening montage, it's like 85 films comprising the history of black cinema, 100 actors in that opening with 3 pieces of music, full orchestra. It's just, and there's, I sit here and edit this stuff all day, but then you go to the actual bowl and you're like, oh my God. But, there's so much going on this year for it. We could talk about it later in the show, but, yeah, that's what's been keeping me busy, and why, even though I found the greatest Black Belt Jones clip to put in the opening, there he is right there, Jim Kelly. Ah, the great Jim Kelly. Any Black Belt Jones fans? Are 3 the Hard Way fans out there?
That's not the football player, right?
Not the football player, Jim Kelly.
Right.
Oh, yes. Jennifer Holliday, 100%.
Yep. I went a couple of years ago, or maybe it was last year. No, a couple of years ago, I think. They had Gladys Knight, Babyface, 3 members of Earth, Wind, and Fire, which is the closest I've come yet to seeing that band. I love
Yeah.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. I wanted to see him this year with Santana, who I also haven't seen, and there was a huge miss that I couldn't get to that show. But yeah, so that's a great show. It's great every year. So
We got Kid and Play. We got Babyface returning because it's the anniversary of Boomerang. So there's like a Boomerang present. And by the way, I do have to say, because I did the segments for this show, which required, and the idea kind of changed for what we would use the video for. So I ended up having to digitize that DVD in some way like 3 times to find like the right clips. And then once we like dialed it in, I had to like watch it again. So I just want to say, I know I really want to do a boomerang exhibition match for trivia because I'm like, I feel like I said to a friend of mine, I go, if ever we got lost at sea and the only thing that could save us was an intense knowledge of the plot from Eddie Murphy's Boomerang, I'm here to save the day. Jennifer Holliday, who else? Eric Benet,
and of course, just
Phoebe
the
Winans.
inside of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G.
Warren
Taking call
G.
from the girls, ain't no need to tweet. All your girls need to know what's a 213.
Yeah, he's going to be there.
I read that as I read.
Nicely done.
That's a great tune, though.
You're being supportive. Yeah, and so, I got to, there's a little above the rim video. I mean, we got video all over the show. It's like, I think before there would be numbers, and there's still a couple numbers that don't have corresponding video, but we amped it up, I think, from the last time, where it's like, if there's a song, there's going to be video attached in some way or another to it, and it's just really cool. And my favorite thing, maybe my favorite thing I've ever edited, besides the opening 8-minute montage of Black Movie Soundtrack 4, is the montage of, and the only time you can hear that live, unless you go see Black Panther live, but Black Panther and Into the Spider-Verse montage, the two movies, I think that's probably the best thing I've ever edited. The Into the Spider-Verse, like, because you saw it last time too. I mean, it's like, the Black Panther music, it's so regal, and it's kind of building up, and it has all, it builds up to this great, action moment, and then it just crashes into that music, that killer score from Into the Spider-Verse. It really gets the audience going. It gets me going. I love it so much. It's it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, if you're in LA, get to the Hollywood Bowl on Wednesday.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Good stuff. Good.
All right. Well. Yeah, no way should you be playing that. Anyway.
No. Cut that out of the show.
Well, this is the show.
So what are we doing today, Paul? The movies came out this week? I've been buried in work. What happened this week?
The movies stopped coming out, Adam.
Oh, that is? Okay. All right.
Now you got to watch them on your computer.
Shall we play a game?
Oh.
Well, there's plenty to talk about. We'll talk trailers. We'll talk. This is show number 50.
Yeah.
Which means we've been doing this since Shang-Chi.
Wow. So what? Episode 50 in 2 weeks would be our 1-year anniversary. You started this a year ago.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to amp up the opening, and it's we'll have to make a deal out of our anniversary. Find some old clips and stuff.
We did miss 1 week though at some point.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah, there's plenty of old bits. Yeah, we'll do a bits show.
Yeah.
And it's good timing because there's going to be nothing coming out one of these upcoming weeks, right?
Right.
September. I mean, there's going to be a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, do a clip show. Be good.
I took part in an interview with a short that was at the Holly Shorts Film Fest. I'll talk about that. I also went to see another movie in concert, like I saw Back to the Future in concert. Talk about that. And, of course, as always, what did you see this week? And news. So there's no shortage of show. If you were like, is there even going to be a show today? Damn straight. There's tons of show.
And there was much rejoicing.
All right, let's talk about the trailers. What do you say?
All right, let's do it. Let's hit the trailer theme. I was told, okay. For the year anniversary, I'm getting a damn trailer thing. And we'll give it a name, and the music will come up. It'll be like this, but with trailer.
What did you see this week? What did you see this week?
Trailers!
On the internet, yeah.
Or before a film in the theater.
Yeah, before a film in the theater.
No, are we doing? Oh, wait, are we doing trailer? Are we doing? Well, all right.
We are doing trailers. That was,
Let's talk about actually what's opening first, which essentially includes trailers, because that's all they are up until Friday when they actually open. We mentioned The Invitation. There's already a movie called The Invitation, isn't there? That's always annoying. But
yeah,
it was an indie hit film. I think it might be Dutch.
There's another one called. Oh yeah, The Invitation. Isn't that a Dogma film or something?
Yeah.
Or am I thinking of like The Party or the?
It is. I think it's here. Let's check internet. Internet will know.
Is it?
Yeah, 2015 film. Nope. With Logan Marshall Green. Sorry, it's not.
Not a Dogma film. Okay.
Yeah, Karen.
I'm thinking of The Party or something, or like there was. Didn't who's the guy who played Nightcrawler? Didn't he make a Dogma film with
What,
you know,
Tony Gilroy?
No,
or the other Gilroy?
not the other. Yeah, Nightcrawler. No, sorry, it's Superman. Not that Juggernaut. Juggernaut. No, yeah. No, Nightcrawler in the X-Men films. What's his? I can't think of his name. Alan Cumming. Didn't Alan Cumming do a Dogma film? I'm typing
He made a movie called The Anniversary Party.
Oh, okay. Is that a Dogma film?
The Celebration. That's a Dogma.
The Celebration. Oh, did somebody in the comments, right? Yeah.
Oh, no, I looked it up.
Okay.
Internet beat you, comments. Internet beat you. Comments, we count on you.
Oh, as I said, is that a Dogma film? I was like, I don't know if the comments are going to get on this one.
Yeah, true.
By the way, for anybody that doesn't know, there was a movement called Dogma 95, D-O-G-M-E 95. If I'm boring the audience who might know this.
Pretty sure Jessica Schloth was born then. So, you know, there's an age gap in some of the Schmoedown competitors.
Not to be confused with Dogma by Kevin Smith, which was not a Dogma film. And you know why? Because they used non-practical lighting. And they used non-diegetic music. That knocked Dogma, the actual movie, out of being a Dogma film right away.
Yeah. Fun fact. That is we need a fun fact drop, too.
Oh, fun
fact. Work on that
drop.
as well.
Right.
All right. So, The Invitation is a horror movie. I can tell you what it's about, but let's just play a little clip here. Shoot. Do we
play
Oh, so that's it, I think, right? Or was there more after that?
Was that the trailer for the trailer?
That's the trailer. Anyway, that's enough. That's annoying. It's so annoying I don't want to watch anymore.
Oh, really? That's all you pulled?
No, there's more. I just don't care.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're not sold. You're saying you're out at that point.
Hang on. I feel like I'm out by the trailer. I feel like my internet's gone wonky. Is that true?
You broke up for a second there. Yeah.
I get the little signal up there, and it looks weak.
Yeah.
It's
you and I both need a dedicated cord because I had one and then moved and have now lost it.
No, this is about never put your DNA on the internet.
Oh, we saw this trailer before the last two movies we saw.
My mom
right.
and me to have a family. That's what I really want.
It's that chick from Game of Thrones, right?
I got a cousin.
That is the whitest man I've ever
Oh, I don't know any Game of Thrones actors.
Oh, Natalie Emmanuel.
Oliver?
Cousin
Okay.
It sounds so Jane Austen when you say it like that.
It's a really good trailer.
You know, my mom always wanted to take me to England to learn
seen it
about
twice
our family
now.
history.
There's a wedding coming up, actually. You should come.
I would
And this-
love
you-
to, but I
Come on.
Don't know it's a
Everyone's
horror
dying.
movie at all at this point. I love the turn it takes. It's a better turn than Day Shift takes.
Wow, it's incredible.
Much more subtle.
Yes, but but with fears of copyright strikes, we'll stop it there and just let you know that becomes a horror movie. Turns out.
Oh yeah, you were almost there. yeah.
It's a little, it's a little slide. It's a little more slide.
But it's class.
He introduces the creepy guy, and then the creepy guy. Then suddenly she's got to marry somebody in the family. That's all.
Right. By the way, Paul, I think the copyright strikes are coming from widely recognized music like Thor and stuff like that. I wonder if that one would trigger it, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
But of course, she cuts her finger, and then somebody's like, "Oh, let me take care of that."
Right.
You know, it's got the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which is the best way to find out that the dinner party you've been invited to is run by vampires. You know.
Yeah, he's don't as Bill Burr said, don't put your internet on don't put your DNA out on the internet. All right, listen, it's the last building block they need to build your clone replacement. So this is the same thing here. When she finds out who her family is, she goes to visit them, and they're all nuts.
Yeah.
VHS.
I mean, it's a little like that. What was the movie where the woman gets married? Ready or Not? Did you ever see Ready or Not?
Sorry, I don't know where my water went.
That's okay.
I lost my water. I did see Ready or Not. I rented that. Yeah, with Samara Weaving. That was good.
Yeah, and
That is correct.
Thank you.
That one, they're not vampires. They're just weirdos,
Yeah,
right?
like they're odd. They have a weird family tradition where they have to be nuts when someone gets married.
Right.
It looks like this is the same thing. You got to be nuts
Well,
to be in the family.
Yeah, it's a vampire deal. But hey,
Found it.
that's what happens.
Far out.
Yeah, I mean, I might see that. We're gonna get into a glut of horror now because it's this.
But what's still out there? Because I feel like I've just disappeared into a hole for 3 weeks.
I think tonight I'm finally gonna see Elvis.
Still in theaters.
Yeah. It's still in theater, I think.
It's still in theater.
Yeah.
I mean,
Minions. Do I care? I don't. But you know.
Yeah. No, you're not going to go see that. Not when you have Elvis as the other option.
That's good crack, David.
It's a great question. So now, well, of course, I've also missed so much at the New Beverly. I'm so upset. I didn't get to see Friday the 13th Part 5 as a midnight movie because I was working at midnight. I was working long days. Friday the 13th Part 5 as a midnight movie. Oh, I was very upset at that. I didn't get to see the Aristocats or any of the Disney Friday matinees over at the New Beverly. I didn't get to see Reservoir Dogs and Slacker double feature last night. I was very much looking forward to that. So I think whatever they're showing at the New Beverly this week, I'm just going to go to.
Am I correct that Inglourious Bastards is the midnight show this week? I'm sorry, not this week, this month. Do I have like one more week to check it out, or is that September?
I think you got one more week. Hold on, let's find out. New Bev
I may have to go on Friday. For those of you who don't know, of course, we always go on about the New Beverly Theater here in Los Angeles, owned by Quentin Tarantino and programmed by Quentin Tarantino. And the Friday night and Saturday night midnight movies are always one of his. And so they rotate around. And I haven't seen Inglourious Bastards in many moons. And to see it on the big screen on a Friday at midnight would be badass. So,
I mean, that becomes increasingly, it's very hard to say with Quentin Tarantino, but don't you think each time you see that, you're like, I think that's his best one. Like, I think, like, it's really hard to say. It's even hard to say, like, what's my favorite of them? Like, I watched Hateful Eight for like a year straight, like every week, like an old school, So, well, I mean,
I thought Pulp Fiction was better than Reservoir Dogs, and then Jackie Brown came out and it was less than Pulp Fiction. I said, well, Pulp Fiction will never be beat then. It's just impossible. And there are real strong candidates in Inglourious Bastards and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So by the time he's 9 movies in, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's the best.
Yeah. And now look what's going on tonight. I mean, come on. Am I really going to miss Shaolin Invincibles and Shaolin Death Squads? Of course. I have work to do, but there's some chance. All right, we got, I would.
Is that an Allison Anders double feature?
Sure is, baby.
Did she direct Grace in My Heart? I forget.
Yes.
Wow.
Although, yeah, that's her. I don't know why. I always get that one confused. Probably the same year as, after Scream, Wes Craven did a movie about, like, the Music Box? Or the musical something? Wes Craven went and did a passion project.
Music of My Heart.
Music of My Heart.
With Meryl Streep and Gloria Estefan. True.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was the Grace of My Heart. That's thus the confusion. Okay.
Music of My Heart.
Oh, there we go. There's the next time I'm there. Les Samurai. Never seen it. And here you go. Here's the New Beverly in a nutshell. Les Samurai, Wayne's World, and Inglourious Bastards. Yes, which one would you like to see? So, then you might have missed... Yeah, Jackie Brown's clearly the midnight for September, so... Or wait. Or is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Oh, that Jackie Brown could be the matinee. Wait a second. All three? Oh, no, 11:59. Oh, the 2 p.m. is Jackie Brown, the 7:30 is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and the midnight is Pulp Fiction. That's
Wait, what day is this?
That's September 2nd. That's coming up.
Oh, see, I haven't looked at September yet. Okay. Whoa, okay. Wait a second.
Uh-oh.
Inglourious Bastards, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the same day.
Yeah. Well, that's not Inglourious Bastards. The Pulp Fiction is the midnight for September.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah.
So
I got to go multiple times.
Yeah, the last Friday of the month, we have... No, we haven't missed. That's... No. Oh, there it is. Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, Friday the 26th. There you go. Now, there's a good double feature. Les Samurai and Inglourious Bastards. At 7:30, then you head over to the... the beer garden, for a little bit. And then...
the German place right around the corner. It's great.
Okay. So, yeah. Little trip over to New Beverly. But, so anyway, the point is, like, mainstream movies, I don't know. What am I going to go see? Elvis? Yeah, I guess. But you saw what it's up against. You see what every movie's up against for me.
I know. I want to see Vengeance, the PJ Novak film about the podcaster.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's like support an indie like style. Like, all right, I got to support an indie like that. You know.
Yeah, and their family. Yeah, that one. I'm interested in.
You never know what you've done for me.
Courtesy of Wes
Put
Craven.
your faith in me.
Oh, really?
Music of the Heart by. I don't think he directed this. But
Done for my
this is the song from that movie.
Oh wow! Really, Justin Timberlake had a song in this movie.
It was Gloria Stefan and NSYNC.
Oh, wow!
So this is before they even broke out.
Yeah, man. Cashing a blank check after Scream. You know what I want to make? Not Scream. What's that location, Paul? I feel like I'm looking at an LA location.
Here's a fun game. Name that guy from NSYNC. Name the other guy from NSYNC. Name any other guy from NSYNC.
Yep. Can't do it.
And cut to the Chad doing that.
So what other trailers are out there, Paul? So we got The Invitation.
We have Samaritan. Now that looked like a really good trailer. Now I don't know what to expect from this film, but I can tell you a couple things about it. First of all, Bragi Shoot directed it. I'm sorry, wrote it.
Who?
Bragi Shoot, and he's a friend.
Bragi Shoot.
A guy I met through a friend, and so he's kind of a friend. I interviewed him.
Get the fuck out of here.
He wrote Escape Room, that movie that came out a little bit ago.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Somebody else. No, serious.
That's awesome. You know what? As soon as I saw Samaritan,
net and watch and read.
Yeah. Repeat that. You are breaking up.
Yeah. Tell you what. When I see my little icon, go to like one dot of internet, I'm just gonna shut up. And when you see me shut up, just take over the show.
All right.
But I don't know why.
We got to get you a cable. So for episode 52, our 1 year anniversary, you and I are going to be hardwired in.
There's no cable. There's nowhere to plug it in to the laptop.
Oh yeah, you got to get a little. Okay, I'll get you a little extension as well. There's a little thing that you plug into the USB 2 or 3. Yeah.
So anyway,
makes a big difference.
Bragi Shoot wrote, I think, Season of the Witch with Nicolas Cage. Then he wrote Escape Plan. No, Escape Room.
Oh, okay. I
horror
loved
movie
Escape
about an
Plan.
room. Yeah.
Well, you're thinking of Stallone.
And that's when I interviewed him, and now he wrote Samaritan. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And you know what Samaritan says to me, and I'm glad you know somebody, this even says this greater to me, is that I shouldn't have stopped writing so many superhero screenplays that I started in the 90s and 2000s, okay?
Yeah.
Because I've now seen several movies that I'm like, I easily could. I wrote 20 pages of that idea and then quit. Samaritan is like very on the, which, you know, I'm not the sort of guy who's like, oh man, they told my idea, because all these ideas now are like, well, it's still in everybody's ideas at this point, you know. But I love me a superhero movie, and it's definitely, this one's like really near and dear to a lot of like things I wanted to see back in the day. Let's watch a little of it, and we'll stop when we're sold.
Wait up! What are you doing with all this junk? Keeps me busy.
Another long night of crime and violence.
Some say it's only a matter of time before the city implodes.
I think we're finished here. Go on, beat it.
I found him. Samaritan.
Samaritan died 25 years ago.
That's what they say.
You think you live across from a superhero? Do you have a therapist, kid?
Kid. Samaritan's dead. I pick up garbage for a living, pal.
Samaritan cleans up the streets.
You mind your business, I'll mind mine.
VHS.
I think you know at what point I was sold in that, of course, is when he exhibits superpowers. But
he was just about to get hit by a car and survive. That would be the second exhibition of superpowers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know you're sold at the first one.
Oh my gosh, the greatest genre ever, and I never ever thought it would gain any legitimacy. My dream of creating superhero movies in the 90s was kicked off by Batman Forever and Superman the movie, you know, like yeah, it's just like I just always thought like, oh, this will always be an underground thing. Like, do you remember the movie, well, written by James Gunn and directed by I forget the guy that directed superhero movie? I forget his name. He does the podcast, the screenwriting podcast. But anyway,
don't know.
That movie, The Specials.
All right.
And with our friend Jim Zulovic. Rest in peace. But you know, great cast, great, and I thought that is the future of superhero movies at that time, because that came the same year, I believe, as Mystery Men, who whiffed on the same premise, I felt. And I thought that was the future of superhero movies. Nobody's ever going to make a big one, a real one that feels like anything from the comics or whatever. Yeah, how wrong I was, but I think I put that energy out in the universe, and I'm the reason we have the MCU. Thank you. Certainly, I could have been a part of it if I'd gotten the phone number of the Russo brothers from that guy I worked next to.
Guys, put your thanks in the comments for Adam Witt for making essentially the MCU happen.
Thank you.
Well, I'm all for this. Yeah, and plus Stallone and something, you know, that looks fun and interesting. Unfortunately, Amazon Prime. I don't know if you and I will be able to seek this one out on the big screen, but that would be nice. We'll see.
Yeah, wait, now Paul, you're my connection to that. Will this be on the big screen anywhere?
I don't know if it, like the Gray Man specifically said that they'd get a week. This I don't know.
Because now I'm kind of obsessed with seeing anything I'm really excited for on streaming, like, you know, because of the Gray Man. That was great seeing that in the theater. Now I get to watch it on shitty streaming and still have that memory, you know?
Yeah.
It's much like I've never seen Nightmare Alley not in black and white.
Yeah, I just got an invite to see the first 2 episodes of The Rings of Power in the screen.
Oh my God!
Screen, the Lord of the Rings show. Yeah, so
that's great.
That's going to happen a week and a half from now. But yeah, that's absolutely. I mean, for one who's lukewarm on the Lord of the Rings, I'm going to need that big screen to overwhelm me and make me see if I'm. You know, by the way, I have thoughts on House of the Dragon coming up.
Okay, so that's a prequel, a freaky dequel to. To Game of Thrones, right?
House of the Dragon?
Yeah.
Yes, it's the
Oh no, it's a prequel to House of the Dragon Tattoo? No, different movie.
It's what? It's the House Party of the Dragon.
House Party of the Dragon. Yes, and yes. And if you're a fan of House Party of the Dragon, there'll be Kid and Play. We'll be playing in medieval armor at the Hollywood Bowl on Wednesday.
It is the mother of dragons, right? Daenerys Targaryen. It's her family 170 years previous when they sat on the Iron Throne. And guess what? There were issues. Because there always are. So.
Okay. Issue? Oh, you mean internet issues?
No. There was family strife.
Oh, right.
Like there was in Game of Thrones. So.
Right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh, so before there was strife, there was strife. Is that the name of a character? It's a good name for a character.
Oh, what's his superpower?
Strife?
Yeah.
Strife's superpower is that nobody who's within a certain radius of him will get along. Now, how you use that to fight crime, that is always the issue with all of the superheroes I come up with. Trademark, copyright, Strife.
My donkey, my lover, and I, do we want to play any clips? It's an indie, right?
Tell me when you're sold on my donkey, my lover, and I? Is that what it is?
Okay.
My donkey, lover, and I. Okay, let's try.
Bonjour Patrick.
Voilà, s'il prend de la vitesse dans les descentes, hélicoptère, hein, il a peur, il s'arrête.
Et pour avancer? Allez Patrick, avance.
Là, il faut vraiment que tu t'imposes. Hein.
Avance.
Faut que tu lui montres qui est le maître.
Allez mon gros, on avance. avance. Qu'est-ce qui va pas? Tu vas avancer, espèce de bourrique de merde! Vladimir, il me plaisait pas du tout. C'était pas du tout mon genre.
I know the whole thing's going to play and we're not going to be sold.
Not
and
it.
you cut it off. All right, well.
I don't know who that's counter-programming for what? It's counter-programming for the invitation? No, wait, that's just a trailer.
Well, counter-programming for this, for sure, although I don't think this is getting wide release.
Make a wish! Save yourself!
Oh, it's glorious, isn't it?
30,000 Years of Longing. George Miller has just gone berserk on the screen.
If it took that guy, how long has he been working? 50 years to get a blank check? Jeez. Wow, look at that.
VHS.
Yeah. Wow. That's this Friday?
That's this Friday.
Wow. Well, all right, that's the Friday at midnight. I think it might reserve for Inglourious Bastards, but prior to that, I could see going to see 3,000 Years of Longing, hitting the beer house, the brew house, and then a little midnight. Yeah, it's going to be fun watching movies again.
Well, I should have led with this after Stallone because there's a now we had Creed. There's going to be a Drago spinoff. Will you take?
Oh!
Now you'll take as many of these as they'll give us, right?
Hell yeah! I'd love sequels to even movies I don't even give a shit about. What movie was it? Was the line that I said I'll see anything there's 4 of?
Yeah, Fast and Furious, I believe.
No, Step Up. I said now I'm interested. There's 4 of these things. I'll see anything that there's 4 of.
Yeah, makes more sense.
I still haven't seen any of them, but I do have to tell you, and subscriber to Bibiani and Siebold's, I'm a patron of theirs on Patreon because they put out a show a day. They're I don't even know where they have time to do whatever, but they just started a new segment where they discuss step-up films every week and the continuity between them and the world building, and I'm kind of fascinated with that. I probably won't see those movies, but I will listen to that.
Should I play your I'll see 4 of anything rant?
You have it?
Well, it's on YouTube. I could share the screen. Let me see if
that does
well.
Okay.
So this is now when Step Up.
I need to pull the collected rants of Adam Witt, because we had one 2 weeks ago too, where I pissed all over Zack Snyder. Finally, I defended him for a long time, but he made superhero movies square and black and white. Fuck him. What's
Let's see here.
I'll see 4 of anything. Oh, you pulled the whole thing.
Shared? Do I have to do this? Does that make it bigger? Okay, good. All right, here
That's funny.
This was spawned. I'm shocked. I forgot this was spawned by Step Up. But
I thought it was Step Up. My old Tron sweater.
Is there any audio in this?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello, America. I'm Adam Witt. And I wanted to take a little bit of your time here to address a growing controversy. I don't know if a lot of you know this, but this year, Hollywood will release more sequels than it's ever released in its history. So, for example, last year when you saw Shrek 4 and you were like, wow, does Hollywood put anything out but sequels nowadays? Or 2 years ago, when Raiders of the Lost Ark 4 came out and you were like, fuck, does Hollywood make anything but fucking sequels anymore? Well, you were jumping the gun. Because this year, Hollywood will release 27 sequels.
This is Stephen Lewis
beating
writing,
2003's record by 4, which is significant because this year Hollywood will release 5 4s, but only one
Steve.
Thor. And I just want to take a second to come out
Stephen
here
Lewis,
and
ladies and
say, USA, we win, victory, awesome, I love it. What's wrong with this? Sequels get a whole bad rap. I love sequels. I really don't understand the rap against sequels. If you happen to come up with an idea that millions of people vote with their dollars in favor of, why wouldn't you make 100 of those? Hollywood tries all year long to make a hit, and you know what? God bless them. But amongst sequels, I don't know why I have a special place in my heart for the 4th in any series. wakes me up a little bit. I'm like, oh, this is a thing to see all of a sudden. Perfect example, Fast and the Furious. I mean, what,
Oh, it was Fast
Pitch
and
Black?
Furious.
I'm going to go rent that movie? I didn't pay any attention. But once there was a fourth one coming out, I was like, all right. I made a little party of it. I went and rented the first couple. Did you know this third one doesn't have like anybody in it? It's just like a bunch of Asian people. But they bring one of the Asian guys back for the fourth one. I think that's great. This is the thing. This is the thing about sequels. By the time you get to the fourth in any series, they've created a whole universe with nuance and characters. They've created a whole mythology by that time. And the great thing about it is they've expanded it from something that wasn't meant to be expanded in the first place. Any fool can write you an original story. But to take that original story and build upon it and build upon it and build upon it long after its natural, original, and satisfying conclusion, well, that takes genius.
Yeah, that's, I mean, written by, because the original rant that came from was me, but that opening and that ending, that's definitely Steve Lewis writing there. But 4 and only 1 Thor, that's total Steve. 5 4s, but only 1 Thor.
Yeah,
that's
totally
great. Oh my God, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
That's
So Drago, you'll keep watching till it's Drago in space, right?
Oh, well, that's on a long enough timeline. Every franchise ends up in space. The reason that Good Will Hunting never ended up in space, they only made 1 of them. If they made 9 of those, we'd be getting pretty close to space by 9. And Fast and Furious ended up in space, right? Mission Impossible, space.
You're right.
Next
Jason,
to space. And
Leprechaun.
Jason, yeah. Leprechaun, Jason X, yeah. Drago in space, yes, right. Take my money. Where are you going to have the match? Space.
On the moon.
Why space? Well, and it's because it'd be Drago fighting an alien or something like that. Like the aliens invade and they just end up getting into competitive sports and that's it. They don't destroy anything. Drago, where are you going to be fighting him? I'm going to fight him in space.
Well, apparently Stallone's not excited about it. He's been
he
vocal about like them not making about them taking the Drago character and now they're just milking it or something crazy. It's like, dude, we're gonna have a 3rd Creed movie and we had 5 or we had 6 Rocky movies. Calm down. So anyway.
By the way, the third Fast and Furious is Ben Bateman's favorite movie. Bullshit. Look, I've worked in movie theaters. I've worked in video stores. I've spent a lot of time knowing a lot of people that love movies. And also, a lot of people that like to say stuff that sounds funny and interesting and makes people go, what? That is a classic. Thank you for coming to the video store, Ben Bateman. I'm glad Tokyo Drift is your favorite one. Oh, no, he's making fun of him because he missed that. I'm sorry. But you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes pretentious people will be like, actually, my favorite is, what's the one of the series that nobody likes, right? I didn't catch you making fun of, yeah. That's right. But you know what I'm saying? There's those people that are like, actually, Tokyo Drift is the best of them. So like, all right, you want to have a conversation?
Yeah, what's a good Hangover 3 really is the one where it says the most about toxic masculinity, and it's like, come on.
All right, I got you. No, my favorite Star Wars movie out of all of them is Rise of Skywalker. Okay, I'm sure it is. All right, gotcha.
I had a friend who said he cried at Pirates of the Caribbean,
Phantom Menace,
the 3rd one, at World's End, because it seemed like the pirates were getting up on the corporation, which was what they call the Virginia something company.
Oh, company, yeah, the Virginia.
Yeah, and the blew their ship
trade
to pieces, and he was like, "Wow, to see the little guy blow apart the corporate ship was just amazing." I'm like, "Yeah, it's all this other horse shit going on in the movie." He clearly,
but my goal is to love every movie. I go in, I work my ass off, and sometimes I'll come out not satisfied, but I'll go, I totally know how I could dig that, like watching it another time. Like I really try to like movies. I feel like that's the essential skill. If you're gonna go out and say, I love movies, I'm a movie guy, movies are my thing. Well, put some fucking work into it. I mean, some people are so easily dissuaded. They're like, yeah, but there's that one part where that guy said that one thing, and you're like, all right. You know, you have the luxury to rewatch it to even catch that line. What did you really think? You know, that was. But so yeah, I don't know. I work my ass off to like that stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned all the errors in Last Jedi or something. A guy made a video, and it's like, look, you had to watch that thing 10 times. If you watch it 10 times, maybe you like it.
Yeah, but watching it 10 times to hate it. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
if you watch a movie 10 times. You have to like it at the end of that. How can you? I mean, if you have the right attitude, but if you don't have the right attitude, yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder is too funny. Yeah, exactly. Oh, gosh, you know. And when did everybody become the Academy? Like, comedies aren't acting, comedies aren't scripts, comedies aren't directing, comedies aren't movies. When did everyone become the Academy with Thor: Love and Thunder? Like, funny? Sorry, not a movie.
Yeah.
You know.
Academy's been doing that shit since All of Me. So.
Two comic performances in the history have won Oscars, like,
and
just not acting. I guess that's how they act every day.
By dramatic actors, I think, doing comedy,
right?
So they can feel better about it.
Good point too. Yeah, horror movies aren't comedy. Sorry,
yeah,
or aren't movies.
Yeah.
Aren't movies.
We also lost a big filmmaker this weekend, and I looked at his resume, and it actually wasn't as big as I thought it was. I thought it would have been like 50. Well, they should say there's a ton of films in Europe. Wolfgang Petersen died at 81 years old. So there's a ton of films he made in Europe before he ever came over here. And once he hit Hollywood, he made like a dozen or so, and then that was it. But they're such big movies that it feels like he had this huge career. And he, I mean, yeah, obviously clearly did. I just thought there were more movies in the Hollywood part of his career.
Yeah, I thought he had... I mean, I guess he did have a renaissance. I mean, he takes off 6 years, first of all. So the first time you hear of him for us is Das Boot, right?
Right.
Then 3 years later, Neverending Story. Oh, great! Here's this, and not at the time would I go, oh, the director of Das Boot. I mean, I'm finding all this out backwards. I wasn't that weird a kid. Like 1984, you're like, oh, from the director of Das Boot. And then Enemy Mine the next year, and then he takes off 6 years only to come out with a movie that we never heard of, Shattered. You don't know that one, do you?
I have. It almost made my list. I'd like to see that again because when I was in college and I saw that movie, I thought it was great. Tom Berenger gets in a car accident.
I love Tom Berenger.
No memory, and apparently he just gets screwed with by people. And so he gets a detective, Bob Hoskins, to look into why don't I remember who I am or what's going on with me, and has to get to the bottom of what his life was before this accident.
Oh, wow.
It's a good little thriller, I thought.
Well, and also...
Forgot it was him. Forgot it was Petersen.
Well, yeah, and this is the first time I've heard of it. Was looking up his IMDb today. But you know what's interesting about what you just said there is, you know, Wolfgang Petersen is it comes out of the German, European art film. Like, he'd been making movies during the German New Wave in the 70s. Let me share his... I'll tell, and here would be the really pretentious guy too. It would be it would be like, the best Wolfgang Petersen movie is Stad auf Steisen. You really don't understand Wolfgang Petersen until you've seen Stad auf Steisen.
Oh, you thought Troy was good? Yeah. Have you seen Hans im Glück?
Yeah. This is my favorite title right here. I Will Kill You, Wolf. That's the one I really want to go. I'm going to do a deep dive. I'm going to see I Will Kill You, Wolf.
And the plot is so plainly explained. A young woman takes the train to Berlin. She wants to kill her friend Wolf, a theater actor. When the woman meets him, he tells her about his weird wife.
And that's how basic a German New Wave, type plot could be. But you could get who knows what artistic style tells that whole thing.
She wants to kill her friend Wolf, a theater actor.
A theater actor.
Then he tells her about his weird wife. Credits roll.
That's really funny.
But so you got a top three, Adam?
I do. Let me just confirm in my head right now what they are. By the way, I forgot Poseidon was him.
I did remember that. I forgot that it was his last movie outside of a remake of his own film.
Oh, was that what that other one was?
What was it called? Wir gegen die Bank. And that was
a remake of I Will Kill You, Wolf.
An early film of his about it was a bank heist movie that later starred Till Schweiger. Speaking of Inglourious Basterds.
Oh, right. Well, and also I looked up all these early films of his, They all have Jürgen Prochnow in them, which endears me to him. Like, he made 10 of his movies with the Jürgen Prochnow. I'm like, all right, I'll watch any of those, right? Jürgen Prochnow, he's the jam.
And so my top 3, and here's where I have to lead with a...
I got to see this.
An admission, never seen Das Boot. Never saw it. I remember it playing in the theater in my hometown. I was very young. I never caught up with it.
Yeah.
They kept making movies, turns out, and I had to see all those movies and couldn't get back to Das Boot. So when you talk about my top 3, it's got to be... I actually had trouble coming up with a third. My 2 and 1 are easy. But because Shattered, I actually really enjoyed. But the thing is, it is 31 years old. So I'd have to watch it again to see if it holds up. Or, like you say, sometimes leave it there and just say, boy, I enjoyed that. Maybe we don't watch anymore.
That is the question. Do you leave it? That's my eternal question. Do I go back and watch Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, or do I leave it where it lies?
Yes,
which is me on a third date with my high school girlfriend, holding hands. She's a piano player. She loved that song. I love Kevin Costner. We're at the Princess Theaters 4. Or do I pull it into this monstrosity we're living in right now and watch that terrible accent? I might need to leave it back there and just literally never watch it again because I want to leave it there. I told you what I just described there, right?
Yeah.
Why would I pull it out?
I think you knew what it was then, but the whole experience has you giving it a pass and letting it go.
I would see Shattered now, though, because that sounds like a very challenging storytelling, like a Memento style storytelling, and he's a German, new wave filmmaker. That might have some incredible style. That you absolutely have to watch.
That's a great ending. Yeah.
Oh.
But I'd probably go with number 3, if not Shattered, then The Never-Ending Story. I mean, that's a classic.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
I don't love it. I think it's good. I don't love it. I wish I loved it, but I thought it was good. And then 1 or 2 were easy. Air Force One, In the Line of Fire. I mean,
those are okay. Yeah, I mean, Air Force One. That's going to be my number 1. I think that's my number 1. Harrison Ford, Air Force One, and it was such a renaissance. He was doing so good by our boy Harrison Ford. It was like a Ford renaissance. It was like after Ford did the perfect trilogy of Star Wars and the perfect trilogy of Raiders of the Lost Ark and gave us all of the Harrison Ford. He still was good, but it was kind of getting to be a down phase. And then you'd have something like The Fugitive. There'd be like, super Harrison Ford. And then you would kind of have a couple that you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's good, whatever. But then Air Force One was another one of those where you're like, if you're going to name 8 of his films, the first 6 are going to be Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
The next one is probably going to be The Fugitive, and the next one after that is probably going to be Air Force One. If you just were to name 8 Harrison Ford movies,
Yeah. To go through the list, his high points between the last Indiana Jones movie and Air Force One were the 2 Jack Ryan films, but none quite had the broad appeal. You had The Devil's Own, which is very good, and I can't wait to rewatch that on the Ford Fiesta.
Right.
And then Sabrina. Oh, wait a minute. The Fugitive was huge too. Screw it. His 90s were awesome. I'm trying to make an excuse for Air Force One as this big return to greatness, but it's along the lines of everything else. Screw it.
Yeah, but I think you said what you said right though. I still say if I say name 8 Harrison Ford movies, I think somehow the Air Force One and The Fugitive out Harrison Ford the Ryan movies. I think people would forget. I forgot those just thinking of like, well, what else would even be up there with Air Force One and The Fugitive? And they're not part of franchises, unlike the Jack Ryan movies. But Witness would go up there.
Yeah,
as well.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it had such a broad appeal.
Yeah,
probably the biggest since Fugitive. So those are probably those big '90s tentpoles.
This is very difficult for me because I have such personal connections to Never-Ending Story. And Outbreak and Air Force One. But I think the better movie of them is Troy and In the Line of Fire. Because Outbreak was just that time where me and my friends were seeing every movie we could because we were huge movie nerds. In the Line of Fire, I'm working at the movie theater, so I'm seeing it then. I remember that summer really well. They were shooting a movie in town. I took the In the Line of Fire trailer over to like the editors that were editing on film for this movie, A Reason to Believe, that was shooting in my hometown. So I worked in the editing bay and I bring all the trailers and we watch all the trailers at lunch. So like In the Line of Fire, but then Outbreak I somehow saw like 3 times with like my roommates because like I saw it with each one of them or whatever. But Neverending Story, I had in summer in Florida. We went to a hotel and we didn't have cable. When you got cable in the hotel for movie guys, Paul, that was a big deal because nothing but movies on. And the Neverending Story, because we were visiting my grandma's sister who was having a surgery. So we're in the hotel when we're not at the beach and we're not visiting my grandma's sister. I'm watching TV. Back then, cable only showed 2 movies a day or 3 movies a day, and it would just be those 3 movies. This is why I've seen Eric Stoltz's Mask 12 times as well. I'm like, yeah, I was at their house for 2 days. Like, what was I going to do? But in the hotel, it was Neverending Story, The Making of Psycho 2, Neverending Story, The Making of Psycho 2, Neverending Story. The Making of Psycho 2. That was all day. And I think there was another movie and I would check out. I go to the beach or whatever. But when I came back after a couple hours at the beach, I'd be like, Neverending Story's on again. And that movie was magical to me. I'm actually going to put that as my number 1. Then Air Force One, the great Harrison Ford. And then Troy is the best movie, but I have better memories of Outbreak. I'm going Outbreak. Weird,
well,
right?
There you go. See, you can spread out the number 1s all over his entire catalog.
Yeah.
Maybe
5 Star Wars.
Maybe even The Perfect Storm, which was a huge hit for such a downer of a film.
Right.
Pretty impressive.
Man, it really is impressive how he got this second life, but also realizing his first life, his big popular first life, was just Das Boot, enemy mine, shattered. And then suddenly, like, out of nowhere, like, In the Line of Fire, Outbreak, Air Force One, The Perfect Storm. I mean, he's cash and blank checks. Troy, Poseidon. And honorable mention to the Batman versus Superman movie that he almost directed in 2002.
Oh, really?
You know about this?
I think I've heard of it, but I don't know the details.
Now, I don't think anybody was signed, but it was Jude Law was, in negotiations. He didn't want to sign on for a sequel sight unseen on the sequel script, I think was the issue on that. Batman versus Superman. So they're trying to reboot both at that time because, Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin had sort of like, and then Superman 4. So this is the follow-up to Superman 4 and Batman and Robin was going to be Superman versus Batman, directed by Wolfgang Petersen.
And did he say no thanks? Because, good Lord, the the world on my shoulders trying to come dig those franchises out from those movies?
I mean, I think they were, I think that was part of it too. Not only did it become incredibly complex to him, because that's around the time that J.J. Abrams' Superman script was trying to go into production. Do you know that one? Superman Flyover, I believe.
I do.
Darren Aronofsky was trying to do Batman Year One. And so I
heard of that too. What a great, man, just, again, it's storyboarded.
Yeah.
Just shoot it.
We saw portions of all of these things because something from each one of them ended up in, Batman Begins is a Batman Year One type story. So the development did end up there. Batman did famously fight Superman, and I don't know what carried over from that, but I think in one of Wolfgang Petersen's movie, there's a Batman versus Superman poster, like in the background. I don't know
That
where
does sound familiar.
Yeah, it was like a skyline shot or something. What would that have even been? I guess 2002. Would that have been in The Perfect Storm?
Or Perfect Storm, yeah, one of those.
I can't remember now. But, but boy, he almost directed Batman. And to go back to an earlier topic, so while I was researching that earlier today, because I thought he was going to direct the Justice League movie. Do you know, they almost made a Justice League movie, like literally weeks away from shooting, in 2008, 6, something like that. Do you know who's going to direct that?
The Justice League?
Justice League. It was ready to shoot. There was production design. They were starting to build sets. There was costumes. The whole thing was cast. There's photos of the entire cast in costume.
Yeah, I've heard this. I can't remember it though.
George Miller.
I don't think I did hear that then.
Miller.
Oh, that's new. Okay.
What ready to shoot in Australia? A $250 million budget. I don't know how. Oh, he got that off a Happy Feet. He had just made a huge blockbuster, made a ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Won the Oscar. So they said, we've got $200 million to set aside for this movie. It grew and grew and grew and grew. But, yeah. Anyway, so Batman versus Superman was originally going to be Wolfgang Petersen, and Justice League was going to be George Miller.
It's true.
True. All of it. Oh, I Am Legend was the one in the future. There was a, and who knows what year I Am Legend take place. It could actually be advertising the Batman versus Superman we got, but it was around that time. Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's talk about one more quick news piece, and then we haven't even got to our segments and what we saw this week, but I have a lot to say about that. The number one movie at the box office this weekend, you know what it was?
No.
With $20 million, that's $11.6 million more than Beast, the Idris Elba movie. So, I'm sorry, Beast got $11.6 million at $9 million more.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Is it Top Gun?
No.
No.
But that did push its way back into the top.
Did it?
5. It's number 4 in the country, probably because of Marikonopic. And has passed Infinity War domestically for all time and Age of Ultron and worldwide box office. It continues. It's number 4 in its 14th week.
Wow.
But the number one movie in the country was Dragon Ball Superhero. We didn't even talk about it. Like, what the hell is this?
We didn't. Boy, we're laying down on the Dragon Balls. Well, it's obviously part of the Dragon Ball series, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many Dragon Ball movies have been out?
Like a half a dozen or more.
Like theatrically.
Yeah. And they do okay, but never number one. Never 20 million.
Wow.
I think that's a clearly post-pandemic number.
Right.
This. Yeah.
Wow. Well, but the thing is, I mean, it's such a TV phenomenon that I am surprised that people went to the theater to see it. But maybe it's it's like the old Star Trek thing. Like Star Trek movies knew they could count on $30 million. Every Star Trek fan is going to go see it. So that the budgets sat right about there. Whether more people went to go see Star Trek 4 than were Star Trek fans, and so they're like, oh, okay, maybe it's this sort of thing of like, look, Dragon Ball, how much is a Dragon Ball movie going to cost? Let's put it in theaters. It only costs us $10 million. If every Dragon Ball fan goes to see it, we'll have cleared a profit, and that'll be worth it. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, who knew? I
was
don't know what
one.
it's about.
That's
I don't
huge.
know what it's doing. I don't know. I have nothing to say about it. Except,
Well, Paul, I have a trailer right here, Paul. Hold on a second. Let's see.
Let me guess. It's a lot of
Are you guessing that it's anime? Good call. Good call. Yeah, it's anime. It's probably not real people. I'm gonna go. It's not real people. Let's see. Well, while this uploads, let's take a musical interlude.
It's not plugged in, Jamie. The car's not plugged in.
We should make this the theme song for trailers or something. What else do we say? Fun fact?
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
This world needs a hero.
We agree. The return of the Red Ribbon Army is near.
What if some new world-ending evil shows up?
So, who are you actually after?
Who are you?
An old-fashioned superhero. Is that all the power you've got?
I'm Cruz. Oh no! You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Show me the money.
The neighbor of Atlantis is the prince of the deep.
It's all one clip, right?
Yeah, it's all one clip.
Okay, so they made specifically for theaters, so they came out. The people who will just watch it at home saw that and went, I got no other choice but to get my ass to the theater, and lo and behold, they shot it to number one.
I mean, that could kind of launch a 1,000 ships in a way of like, there's people with very dedicated audience. And Dragon Ball Z, has been around for 25 years. You know, Dragon Ball Z was that thing that happened after Pokemon. You know, like Pokemon was popular for 4 years of my knowledge, and then after that was Dragon Ball Z. So that's like college era for me now. You know, so like yeah. And
I think the last movie I remember is Dragon Ball Z Broly. Tell me if I'm pronouncing that correctly. That's how it's spelled. There's a character that they've introduced recently. I think when they launched him, it was cracked the top 10. But this number 1 thing is something else.
Wow, Dragon Ball movies, but not theatrical. Dragon Ball probably like they put a couple episodes together and release those sometimes too.
You know, Adam, that's a great point. I've thought it a few times.
All right. Well, all right. So enough of that. I got some. We got to get to some segments on the show now.
Please, and then I got to get back to work.
All right. Because first of all, I want to share this with you. This is pretty cool. I got something from Movie Palette. Do you know what Movie Palette is? Whoa, I'm dropping my water all over the place. You know what Movie Palette is?
Palette.
Yeah.
I'll give the honest answer before you flash it on the screen. No, okay. Paul, what is it?
All right.
Yeah, okay, now I've seen these. Yeah.
They've got a really cool name for it, slogan, I should say, for it. It's called Artwork with a Secret. And Artwork with a Secret means that there's more going on here than just a bunch of lines. So it's kind of a cool piece of artwork. You know, you feel kind of eclectic and hip having something like this hanging on the wall.
And so that is the color palette of each scene in the movie.
Correct. Can you guess what movie this is?
All right, let me see.
With its browns and
Hold on. It's got to be. Oh, it's Raiders, right?
It's Raiders.
Got to be Raiders.
When I had a chance to get one, that's the only one I got.
Wow, that's pretty.
But yeah, you can see like.
Yeah. Right, jungle.
Jacques, I hate Six. I hate him. Oh, I'm so living You know, they're digging in the wrong place, etc.
Oh, well, yeah, that's great. That's great. So anyway, and I love all the sand in the middle. You see all the sand, and then Well of the Souls.
They've gone.
You see the Well of the Souls, back to sand.
Yeah, back in here's Well of the Souls.
You see the Well of the Souls, and then back to sand.
Truck chase, and then they open the damn thing, and it's
great.
Dark, and it's dark again back here. So yeah, so that's cool. And guess what?
That's awesome.
We have a little.
This is Paul. Do you know this reference? Do you know that reference?
Oh, is that Goodfellas?
No.
No, what is it?
I want to make fun of you now with some drop here, but I can't find it. Yeah, you get
VHS.
That is from Mallrats.
Oh,
I don't see a sailboat. That's a schooner. A schooner is a sailboat, you moron.
And how about this? You can use the Movie Guy 15. Let me put it up there, and you can get 15% off one of your own. So how about that? We're doing a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a code for the thing?
There it is. So go to Movie Palette's website.
Oh, that's awesome. Movie Guy 15.
Yeah.
All right. Where they give you 15% off?
They give you 15% off, and it's moviepalette.com. Palette has 2 T's, and you can pick your movie. And that's the thing, man. The people who make the art have to go in, find all the colored palettes for each sequence of the film, perhaps each frame, and then line them up and stretch them out and give yourself a cool kind of thing that, again, it's a conversation starter for sure. Because if someone goes, "What is that art all about?"
Right?
Hey, are you aware you're looking at Titanic or something? So
God, I wonder what the most interesting one is that has because that one is very interesting because you can see the plot because of the desert.
Yeah,
the desert parts, and then the Well of the Souls in the middle, which is really great.
Like Speed Racers is probably the craziest film you've ever seen in your life, or something like that.
Oh, you know what would be great? The Batman with all the red sequences.
Dark.
It'd be dark red. Dark red.
Red. Yeah. You should get all 3 Christopher Nolan Batmans, because those each had the Dark Knight was blue. Batman Begins was sort of brownish orange, and Rises was kind of like a yellow brown, and just hang them next to each other, and you figure it
out. Justice League, Justice is gray.
yeah, just a flat gray. But give the artist a day off. Let him go. Okay, we got this.
Oh, we got this one.
Which is
great.
Exactly. But so anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. So I got one from my favorite movie of all time, Raiders of the Lost Ark, or what they called it here, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Couldn't you request that to not be on your piece of art?
Yeah, it's the new. The next movie I'm going to talk about that I went to see. They've got the current badging. What can you do? But I went to see, The Empire Strikes Back in concert.
Yeah.
Up down in Irvine. Now that
I saw it 2 years ago at the Bowl. Yeah.
Actually, so did I. But it's The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh hell! Oh, please. Can that happen every week? Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, and so like with that one, you can't just watch The Empire Strikes. You got to watch the special edition. You got to call it Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and you got to get the special. That's what Lucasfilm is doing now. So there was a pick for that. Did I not have it? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I saw it up there.
Went down to Irvine, and the Pacific Symphony Orchestra played along live with the film. They pull out the score, and what's kind of cool is they handed out these little glow sticks, and
so even if people didn't have lightsabers, they provided them.
Yeah, but they weren't. They were only about as big as your head. So
yeah, but still, to just get the image of all the things.
Well, you click a button and it changes colors, and without even talking, everybody knew that when the Imperial March came on, everyone went red and they started going in sync, like
that's wonderful. What a jam! The fact that the Imperial March didn't exist till the second movie, that just blows me away.
Right, and then every time Yoda did something, green lit up the whole place, which was
awesome.
Very cool.
Awesome! Wow,
and
can't top that.
There's one of the major sequences of the movie. The band, they didn't miss a note,
Oh, I know.
The mix wasn't quite as sharp as it is at the Hollywood Bowl.
Well,
but the Hollywood Bowl is the best. So sometimes some crazy, ADR stood out. I even heard that in Back to the Future a little bit, but here it was a little more where you hear like Princess Leia fall down. She goes, "Oof!" or something.
Oh,
it's
right.
Way on top of the audio where it wasn't before. And even here, people would some would switch on blue, some would switch on red, and then start swinging them around because we knew that was the final fight going on. Wow. If you ever get the chance to see any movie in concert, it is highly recommended.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. That's awesome, dude. I love that. Yeah.
There we go. Flash Gordon. Did you already put that up there? Flash Gordon ballot.
No, I didn't. But I was going to suggest that. I was going to say Flash Gordon would be a really good palette. That's funny. Great minds.
Yeah, well, you can get one and just use the Movie Guy 15 for your
Movie Guy. Movie Guy 15. Movie Guys.
The Movie Guy 15 is what they gave.
Movie Guy.
So there must be a limited number of things.
There must be a Movie Guys 14. Whoever that son of a bitch.
Whoever that son of a beat me to it. I was trying to flip through the clips. So I may like this 6 Days, 7 Nights next time I see it, because first time
it's going to be exciting. Well, it's an Ivan Reitman film,
Yeah. So those are the two big things I wanted to talk about that I went to. Oh, no, that's not true. Let me play this clip real quick. One more thing I did was I had a so only Movie Guy gets you the discount then. Tell him I sent you and Adam had nothing to do with it. And you'll get the 15% off. So the other thing I did was Holly Shorts was this last weekend, which is one of the bigger short film festivals in Hollywood. And I got a pass to go see some
stuff.
And
only people named Holly have shorts in that festival. It's weird. Just like the Movie Guy code. Anyway.
Right. Kind of crazy that there was my schedule got kind of jacked up and I couldn't see a whole lot, but I did see one short.
You did?
And it was called The Errand, and it was very good. It was directed by Amanda Renee Knox, about a young girl who's at a playground. The voiceover starts about her unhappy parents, and she hitchhikes. This guy picks her up, and then stuff happens because it's so short. If I tell you any more, it gives too much away. But I did get the filmmakers together, and I interviewed them and talked about the film. And this is going to have to be another share screen. I want to just share the part with you because the director, Amanda Renee Knox, I talked to her, and the actor in the film, because it's really just, there's other actors, but the main crux of the film are these two actors. The guy driving who picks up the young girl. So it's the young girl, and she's very young. Her name is Nia Johnson, and then the guy is played by Ezekiel Bridges. Sure enough, Bo's kid. So Bo Bridges' son. So we never talked about that though, but he does have that sort of cool lineage, and it's not surprising that he looks good and sounds good on screen. So he's good in the film as well. And they just had a big weekend with their film at Holly Shorts. But I wanted to play this clip of my part of the interview I did with them. You can go to themovieguys.net and watch the full interview.
Oh, yeah, I saw this pop up, but I didn't know about the event until I saw it pop up on Movie Guys.
Yeah, anytime. Their film debuted Friday, so Thursday I posted the interview.
Okay.
But anytime you can talk indie film and shorts with people, that's where the really good stories are, about trying to get these things made. But I thought it was fun just interviewing the young girl, Naya, because this was her first movie. So I just want to play a little clip of that, and we'll do it here. I think. You let me know if this is working, because I think I got to get off audio to make it happen.
Is this the screen of the dock on Isla Nublar? Is it because that's what the frame looks like? Somebody pointed out the QuickTime frame is in Jurassic Park from the Isla Nublar.
Scratch that.
Well, I will.
Never mind. Export issue. It exported the whole interview.
Oh, okay.
I
will go to the website to check that out.
Yeah. Paul coming in again with the facts.
With the screwing up the. Hey, I don't even know if I could cue it up right. I could try. That's me. That's me today.
Well, that's okay. I probably should get back to work.
All right. I'll share this for next week.
This was my lunch, and well, that was good lunch. Boy, I'm kind of full. I better get back to work, Paul.
So that's your hour, right?
That's my hour, yeah.
All right.
But good talking with you. Good seeing all the people in the chat, and
yes. And speaking of Raiders of the Lost Ark, it's this. Don't forget, it's this Saturday at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery if you're in LA.
Oh, that's this Saturday. I thought I missed it last Saturday.
No. And as ever, go get yourself a Ghostbusters party rental. Go take the LA Film Locations tour. Go check out themovieguys.net. At the Movie Guys everywhere. Everything is anything.
By the way, one last thing is I was thinking, Saturday was the final taping of the Movie Trivia Schmodown. And I was working, so I could not go, which is very heartbreaking. You're getting all these texts about things that are going. Did you go to the taping? Are you frozen?
For a couple hours, yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Frozen or thinking? Oh, I think we need to start ending the shows that way. We need to find a theme song, put it into the audio thing. This is all the stuff for our 1 year anniversary. We're gonna start making the show better. All right. I do want to hear about Witt's convo with Coy Saturday. When did I talk to him? When did I talk to Coy Saturday?
We may have been drunk.
No. I mean, I was at I had a couple drinks, but not. I wasn't out long. I didn't get out till 10, and then I was home by midnight. But I did meet everybody out, and I don't know if we should say what it was, because maybe it'll air with.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
We won't say. Let's just say that Paul and I did something, a little old school sort of Movie Guys thing. That surprised some people there. I wasn't able to make it, but what was so great was went to the bar afterwards. Everybody's there, and I really felt like I was at the taping, because every single person came up and led with, "Dude, the thing you guys did," which was awesome. It was, but yeah, we'll save that for. And then everybody's like, "Can I see it again?" And I'm like, "That's gonna be the admission fee to the Patreon is like $1 just to watch that."
Yeah, I may have shit the bed on my last match, but I think going out on that farewell video we made, it's
right
is a high note. Well, hopefully it gets played in October.
Yeah, because we made a farewell video that was different and fun, and everybody here, if you don't know what it was, and if you do, don't blow it. I think it'll be a fun thing. So hopefully it does end up in the thing, and if not, then we have to pay $1 to go to our Patreon to see it. I'm serious about that. That'd be fun.
Oh, Randy Blay, he's late for his Carolina beer. Oh, I'll have to catch up.
Well, here, let's play him a commercial and then we'll head out. Here, thank you for here. We'll toast you with which one haven't we played yet? Rainy Day. Have we played Rainy Day? Here, where's that one at? Hold on.
I see it. You want me to play it?
Yeah, play it. How come whenever I'm looking for a specific one?
Come on!
この味がビール。切れ味醍醐味。キリンラガービール。
So, Kirin Lager beer to you, right?
Kirin Lager beer. And we'll see you next week.
All right, see you next week.
You okay, miss?
I'm fine, thanks. My horse. Thanks a lot.
Honda, legend. Honda Coolio.